Cancer rising, this is your January 2024 astrology outlook. Our agenda for the month, we're going to be discussing the lunations, which is the moon, the sun, our personal planets, Venus, Mars, and Mercury, the houses and you, and how they're going to impact your experience. Onto our lunations. On the 11th of January, there is a new moon, a new emotional reset, a new connection in Capricorn, your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, collaborations, and agreements. Here is where you could be starting a new connection with someone special in your world, or you are initiating a new contract or collaboration that you are emotionally driven to and happy to expand on moving forward. On the 25th, there is a full moon in Leo, a full moon culmination point, a very expressive time for us all. And for you, Cancer rising, this is occurring in your 2nd house of personal finance, resources, and your possessions. This is where you could have a breakthrough moment in a financial windfall, a financial reward. Something is coming into your reality in regards to how you are setting yourself up for continual safety and security in regards to those financial landscapes. Now on to Mercury, one of our personal planets. It's been transiting in Sagittarius, your 6th house, and on the 13th, Mercury ingresses into Capricorn, your 7th house, where that new moon occurred only a few days before. So Mercury dipping into this place speaks to a lot of communication, negotiations, red tapes, and a lot of dialogue going back and forth in your mental landscape. So a lot of thought and consideration in regards to how you're merging with other people and signing on dotted lines or having verbal contracts. On the 18th, we see Mercury sextiling Saturn in Pisces. That Saturn, responsible planet, mature planet, the wise planet, in your 9th house of spiritual beliefs, international and foreign correspondences and connections, your legal matters, anything to do with litigation, also a house of higher education and knowledge. So when you have a sextile aspect, you could be firing on all mental cylinders here, where things just come together in regards to mutual agreements and contracts with you and other people outside of yourself and in the greater world. On the 19th, we see Mercury trining Jupiter in Taurus in your 11th house of dreams for the future, friendships, your helpful alliances, and social collaborations and groups that you're immersed in. When you have a trine aspect here, this could be an expansion of friends or an expansion going on in the groups that you're associated with. Even what you're thinking about in regards to your aspirations for the future, this looks like a nice aspect. When we have Jupiter trining that Mercury, this looks quite auspicious for a breakthrough with money or something solid and anchoring into an agreement. On the 20th, we see the sun ingressing into Aquarius, which is your 8th house of other people's resources. So for the next 4 weeks, Cancer rising, this house is lit up for you to expand and explore what it is and how you are personally integrated or attached with other people and their resources. It could be educational resources, it could be financial resources, it could be a partner in their resources, and inheritances, debts, contracts that have been long and continue to go on. This is what's highlighted for you to have a concentration moment on. Give yourself some time to process the 8th house when you have this transit. On the same day, we have the planet Pluto leaving the sign of Capricorn, which has been in your 7th house for quite some time. We're talking since 2008. It's a 15-year cycle. And now it's ingressing into your 8th house for another 20 plus years. So Pluto, the planet associated with death, rebirth, power, wealth, destruction, and Phoenix rising from the ashes energy, ingressing into your 8th house of other people's resources. Profound change and transformation for you in regards to how other people's property resources impact you. On the 27th, clever Mercury is conjuncting that feisty go-getter Mars in Capricorn in your 7th house of relationships, collaborations, agreements, and contracts. Signing on the dotted line, cutting out an agreement, or just a lot of spicy conversations or firing on all intellectual cylinders in regards to how you're communicating or thinking about how you immerse yourself with others or a significant relationship. Sparks could be flying verbally, so a heads up here, this is a day where it can be contentious. On the 28th, Mercury is trining Uranus in Taurus in your 11th house. Excuse me. Mercury in a trine aspect to Uranus is where you can have your light bulb moments in regards to a dream coming true out of the blue, or even thinking about how you can change something up to accelerate your dreams and make them a reality. Also a great time for contracts or verbal negotiations between you and significant alliances or groups and associations that you're intertwined with. Venus, the planet associated with love, harmony, unity, has been transiting in your 6th house of everyday work, your health, and your service to other people. On the first, straight out of the gate, opening up 2024, Venus is squaring that mature, wise, disciplined Saturn in Pisces in your 9th house. And this is where you could be looking at a contentious moment of pleasure and responsibility in regards to education situations, international and foreign correspondences, even spiritual beliefs, or just how you are involved possibly in a legal situation. So take it easy on the 1st of January. On the 19th, that Venus is squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 9th house. You could be getting creative on how to utilize your creative flow and your communication style in regards to relationships with other people with those 9th house matters. If you're having a clash in a spiritual belief or a clash with someone from overseas or even just a legal situation, you put on notice here to know that this is a passing transit and all things don't have to be so cutthroat and have things dissolve away in a nanosecond. We want to be able to sift and process what it is that makes us feel harmonious with those 9th house topics. And if not, take a step back and get creative. On the 23rd of January, we see Venus leaving your 6th house and she's ingressing into Capricorn, your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, collaborations, and contracts and agreements. This is a pretty organic placement for Venus because Venus actually rules the 7th house. What that means is that she's quite at home. She gets to be herself and the energy is easier for her. So expect more harmony than there has been for some time with your relationships or contracts and agreements becoming more in line with you than they have been for some time. You may be getting what you actually want now. On the 27th, Uranus is going direct in Taurus, your 11th house of helpful allies, group associations, collaborations, and friendships. When Uranus goes in a direct motion, there is an acceleration or possibility of acute change and dramatic shifts going on with all things 11th house. Expect friendships to expand or dissipate, group alliances to have some significant changes that are going to take you and them in a different trajectory. Your dreams having a change up or a dream coming to pass. On the 28th, we see Venus sextiling that responsible, mature Saturn in Pisces in your 9th house. So at the beginning of the month that Venus was squaring Saturn, now she's in a sextile aspect because she's entered into your 7th house of relationships. This looks auspicious for connecting and anchoring into solid agreements or contracts with international correspondences, educational pursuits, your personal relationships now coming into line spiritually, a lot of harmony and flow when this aspect occurs. On the same day, Venus is trining Jupiter in Taurus, your 11th house. The two benefics of the skies, which is Venus and Jupiter, coming together in a trine aspect with your house of dreams, friendships, and group alliances and helpful allies. You can have some people just popping into your reality or environment that is going to be beneficial for you moving forward in regards to group settings or even new friendships entering the door that is going to really light you up and feel in flow with your kindred spirits. Mars, the planet of conflict, war, cutting and severing. Yet there's a double-edged sword with Mars. He's also associated with action, drive, passion, and ready to traject into the future. He's been transiting in your 6th house of everyday work, health, and service to other people. So there could have been some contention in those topics or some real culling moments for you. On the 4th of January, Cancer rising, Mars is ingressing into your 7th house, Capricorn. So relationships are now going to be lit up here when Mars ingresses with beautiful, lovely, harmonious Venus. The two lovers coming together in your 7th house talks to a very passionate, sensual, sexy time in regards to relationships and partnerships. Your contracts and collaborations might get a bit of a stir up when Mars arrives, because Mars is going to consider what is beneficial for you or what is going to give you conflict. So there may be some changes in regards to agreements that you have come to pass with or signed on a dotted line. Mars in the 7th house with Venus looks auspicious for a lot of perpetual movement towards the future. Things are setting in motion and you're moving in a direction that is going to feel inspiring, and you and a significant other could go in a whole new place of passion and integration. On the 9th of January, Mars is sextiling that mature, responsible Saturn in Pisces in the 9th house. This looks fantastic for anchoring into a verbal agreement or getting down to a decision to work hard for the future in regards to an educational pursuit, even the energy to see out a legal situation that you're in, really driven towards a verbal or instinctual energy about how it is that you and someone might be connected with on a spiritual level, or even foreign correspondences and international integrations with other people may see some action, drive, or cutting away or conflict even. On the 12th, Mars is trining Jupiter in Taurus in the 11th house. This is where you can see some action in regards to movement with friendships, groups, allies, or even your dreams now taking some sort of forward progression. If you've been a little bit reluctant to take action in a group setting or with a friendship, you may be ready to move forward confidently, declare something, cut away something, but usually in a trine aspect, Cancer rising, Mars, Jupiter looks fantastic for the grit to look towards the future with confidence and go for it. On the 29th, Mars is trining Uranus in Taurus, the 11th house. So when we have Mars and Uranus in a trine aspect, this is your breakthrough moment where you could have a dream actually coming to pass, or you're cutting away one. A friendship could really start to take form and move forward quite nicely. There could also be some breakthroughs with your social collaborations. Is there a group setting that is now really amping up and firing up and things are moving forward quite nicely, tracking along quite well? Or are you moving away from something suddenly, or a group having a sudden break? Cosmic Girl 101 signing off, Cancer Rising. I hope you have a blessed 2024 and I will see you next month.